Welcome to the Babel Audio Generalist Project. We're really excited to have you join the platform. In the next few minutes, I'm going to go over the platform and the rules in order for you to have calls and earn some money. It's really important that you follow the instructions of this project. There's going to be a quiz afterwards, so please pay attention to everything that's covered in these instructions. What we're going to be going over today is what is Babel Audio, some common errors for both content and also audio issues. I'll be doing a small walkthrough of the platform, and then you're going to have the quiz, which you'll go over later. For the quiz, there's going to be a number of questions, and you're going to have to score 100% accuracy on the quiz, so please pay close attention. So first, we're going to be going over what exactly is Babel Audio, what is this platform, and what are we doing? Basically, we pay people to have natural and high quality conversations on different topics. So things like sports, movies, etc. The reason why we're trying to do this is because we're trying to create high quality audio data sets to build the next generation of speech models. What this means for you is if you record high quality audio, which means you have a good microphone and there's no background noise, you're going to be compensated for every good call that you make. We have a human review every single call that you do, and you're going to get a score just to make sure you don't have any audio issues or talk about inappropriate things. And I'll be going over what exactly you need to do to ensure that you have a good score on every call. Again, the reason why we're doing this, I emphasize why high quality audio is crucial. Our goal is to generate data that helps AI models sound more natural and better understand different languages. If we feed model audio with a lot of issues like background noise, like a dog barking or a baby crying, it's going to negatively impact its performance. So to build a strong AI model, we have to ensure that the audio is clean and high quality. So let's go over just the common errors that people are making and what you should avoid. The first thing is PII, which is personally identifiable information. Please don't share specific information about yourself. Things that are okay is like your first name, maybe the industry you work in or the state you live in, general things, basically things that can't tie you to the specific person you are. Some example of bad things that you shouldn't share for PII is your full exact name, your exact address, or your social media handles. These are all things that could tie you to who you exactly are. So don't share these things. The next thing is inappropriate content. On our calls, don't discuss anything that would be inappropriate in the workplace. So some examples of this is swearing, bad words, conspiracy theories, racial slurs, or explicit sexual or violent references. It's really important that you don't share any of this information. The next thing is project talk. So when you join a call, you're going to have a few minutes to choose a topic, which will start the audio recording process. Once you start the call and start discussing the topic, do not discuss anything about the project or about Babel Audio. Some examples of this are don't talk about the timer or any bad experiences you've had on the project. What's okay is reading the topic as a question. The last thing for content common errors is something called engagement. So for the audio that we want to make sure that both participants are actively engaged in the conversation. So that means they're naturally asking follow-up questions, they're laughing, and they're using authentic, natural reactions like, yeah, makes sense, wow. The goal is to create a lively and natural discussion, and we don't want to just fill the space with repeated reactions. Simply saying, every few seconds without real engagement is not enough, and that is not okay. As a general guideline, aim to contribute something every 6 seconds whether it's a follow-up question, a laugh, or a varied reaction, just to keep the conversation flowing naturally. When you're having a call, you can see this engagement meter on the left and right-hand side. This is an example of something that is good, where both participants, which is you and the other user, are having a natural conversation, and like you guys are interjecting each other, asking follow-up questions, and like saying interjections or like other information. This is an example of something that is bad on the right-hand side, where the other user is dominating the conversation. So basically, you have only said kind of like one thing during this turn, and the other person is saying most of the information. If you're seeing a balance like this where the other person is overtaking the conversation, please take this as an indicator to like try to ask a follow-up question, interject yourself in the conversation, and make sure it's engaged and lively. Next, we're going to go over audio issues. So always use earphones. Some good earphones we suggest are like wired Apple earphones, AirPods, or headsets. If you can, please try to use a wired desktop USB microphone. These things have the best quality in terms of picking up your audio, and it's really important that we have high quality audio. The next thing is like mic issues. Make sure you don't touch the wire of your microphone or headphones. If you touch the wire, if you like bump it or you're moving it around, it actually kind of leaves an audible bump in the audio, and like it's not very good. So please don't touch the wire of your microphone or headphones. And another thing which is very, very important that we see a lot of issues in is background noise. It's kind of your duty to make sure you're in a quiet environment. Please don't be in an area where like someone comes like and asks like a random question, or like your dog is barking, your cat is making noise, whatever. Like you have to make sure you're in an area with no background noise. The next few things is make sure there's no reverberation. So that means when your voice is bouncing off the walls and other hard surfaces. Aim to be in a room with a lot of soft surfaces like carpets or curtains, and avoid recording in rooms with hard floors, bare walls, and ceilings. So an example of this is like a bathroom. You don't want to record in like a bathroom. You want to record in an area with like a lot of soft surfaces, carpets, curtains, etc. Make sure you have a strong internet connection and you're not connected to weak networks like cellular connection. And then also test your sound before every call at the start of the day. I left a link here. This is a website called webcammictest.com. Over here, you can like record your voice to make sure it sounds clear and consistent. If there's issues like it sounds muffled, there's reverb or echo, you need to make some adjustments. Before you start your call with another user, always ask the other user how your audio sounds, like if there's background noise, if the mic is too close, and they can give you feedback on whether you need to fix anything. Awesome, you've made it to the end of the video. The last thing I want to mention is for support. So we have a help center. Just go to the community website, click over here, and there's a lot of articles on like where you can get help. Always check the community website. Sign into this link, community.babel.audio, so you can ask questions to users. You can chat with other users in your project. You can ask project-specific questions. So like if you're in the English group or you're in the Hindi group, you can ask questions to other people. You can also coordinate timing with other people to like hop on a call together. If you have any pay issues or see bugs on the platform, email support@babel.audio. And lastly, just remember to be respectful to other participants and have fun. This is a great platform. You're going to meet a lot of cool people, talk about some really interesting topics, and we're really excited to have you. And last thing I want to mention, this is for the quiz, but the fruit is strawberry. Thank you. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of our platform. You go to babel.audio and you just click on sign in. Then it will direct you to our dashboard. So over here, you're going to see all the projects you can apply to or join. This is where you're going to go to like join a call to actually get paid. We have the Getting Started tab, which will give you some quick tips. Please feel free to read this when you have time. On the left, we have activity and feedback. So this will show you all the calls that you've done, number of calls you've done, how much money you've made, and also the percent of calls that we've rated good or bad. If you click on a call, and it's really important that you do this to understand the quality of your calls. If a lot of your calls get rated bad, the number of calls you get to do per day decreases. It's called like a call limit. And it's really important that you pay attention to the activity tab just to make sure that like you're addressing all the issues that you have. So over here, I can see the quality checks. I passed a few. There's some that are not reviewed. Let's go to one where I had some negative feedback. So let's go to this one. You can see that I failed one quality check. And if I want to figure out why I failed it or what the issue is, I can click on help here. And it will show you exactly why I had that issue. So it looks like I had poor engagement, which means that like I seem disinterested or not engaged during the call. And it gives you solutions on how to fix it.